name is Dan Schmitt. It's the Team Chicago Challenge. We're up here at Grattan Raceway 2010. People are coming up to me and saying, what was the greatest race for Team Chicago at Grattan Raceway? As you may know, I've been involved with Grattan Raceway since about the 1980s, early 80s, getting 85, 86, doing promotions with EJ and G.L.R.R.A. But the greatest endurance race for Team Chicago at Grattan Raceway was Steve Karson and myself. It was a G.L.R.R.A, Great Lakes Roadracing Association, 6-hour endurance. Steve and I came up here to take on the fast guys from G.L.R.R.A, the Go Fast guys, and we had some great results. It was Team Chicago's greatest endurance race.
You see Steve Karson and Team Chicago, 4 and 6 prepared, R6, going through turn 3, off camber, downhill, turn 4, heading out to the Grattan hump. Phil Young on that 4 and 6 Micron 600 Kawasaki heads towards the Grattan hump, and I think Phil is going to be the Iron Man. He's planning on riding most of this event himself. G.L.R.R.A, Great Lakes Roadracing Association, runs a sprint program, and this is their first ever 6-hour. 96, that's the guys Desperate Racing, and they're from Full Throttle Motorsport in Lansing. Steve Carson's buried back in the middle of the pack. I don't know how they determined the grid position, but probably by how early someone signed up. The teams are now ready. 1 minute board. Board goes sideways. The start of this 6-hour endurance at Grattan Raceway. They head down the front straightaway, moving up front. That looks like Dave Decker on that RC51, the twin-cylinder Honda. Their new super bike sold for the street. This rider's got thousands of laps out here at Grattan Raceway. There's Sylvania Superbike on the move, 78. Team out of Toledo. Steve Carson's on the move. And the Team Chicago, 4 and 6 prepared, R6. As all the teams make it over the hump. Nice clean start, no problems. Swing the camera over on the front straightaway, up front. Dave Decker, second place. This is like BTGG. Guys out of Minnesota that run with CRA Racing, that run at Brainerd. These guys just found out about the race the day before, traveled all the way from Minnesota to be at Grattan Raceway to run this 6-hour. Steve Karson is now battling with 402. 402 is Spec Racing out of Norville, Michigan, on a Kawasaki. It's a 6-hour race. Steve is taking his time, working his way to the front as the rest of the teams come through the off-camber, downhill, turn 3, the famous turn 3 at Grattan Raceway, as they head to the Grattan hump. Coming down the front straightaway. Dave Decker still up front with the Decker boys on that RC51. Steve Karson is now in second place on that 4 and 6 Yamaha, and participating Yamaha dealers, Race Tire Service Dunlop, AirTech, Torco Racing Fuel and Oil. Steve Karson is bringing it up to speed. He's dropping down in the 127 range, keeping up with Dave Decker. We've got some experience out. We haven't ran Grattan in the last couple years. Grattan Raceway is one of our favorite racetracks. We see Phil Young on Team Bear heading towards the Grattan hump. Got a variety of bikes, 3 classes, heavyweight, middleweight, and lightweight. Lightweights are bikes under 400 or twins up to 650. Check out what's going on in the pits.
Oh, it's certainly a lot of fun, challenge, different than sprint racing.
Well, it's BTGG on that R6 Yamaha. The team from Minnesota pulls out of the pits. It's time for our first pit stop.
Get the towels.
It's my turn to take the Team Chicago R6 Yamaha out. Our gas mileage is looking good. Steve went 1 hour and 10 minutes. The horsepower feels great. The bike looks good. Uh-oh, coming by is that Team Thong 170. Team out of Holland, Michigan. Boy, I hate it when I come out of pits and someone gets by me. Let's see if I can catch these bikes. Tires are warm. I should be able to get on the gas. Now let's look at Grattan Raceway. This is the off-camber, downhill, left-hander. Get on the gas. Got the short chute. And this sweeping turn 4. Get by that other R6 Yamaha. Over the hump. Into the S's. You got this right, left. Then another right. Stay on the inside, get on the gas, and now the bowl. Swing it down low, get on the gas, over this hump, into the back 40, the 2 dog legs to the right. And that leads us into the hairpin. Slam on the brakes. I stay on the inside and try to make a short chute out of this. Uphill, line right-hander, fast left-hander down the front straightaway, 3,000-foot front straightaway at Grattan Raceway. As I shift up, looking at my Micron lap counter, and it was a 130 something. Check that, it was 2 something because of the pit stop, but we're getting in and out of the pits great. As I come through turn 1, doing 4 downshifts, staying on the gas here. Look who sneaks by on the inside of me is Phil Young on that Team Bear. Kawasaki, Micron, 4 and 6, Kawasaki 600. But it's a good run in Kawasaki because he's been getting parts from 4 and 6, and they've raced Kawasaki's in the past as we head towards the hump. But Phil is running great, and he's going to run most of this race. There's another 400 Yamaha. 460 is Expert Racing. 34 is WFO. But right behind him, Chip Garkby on that Good Promise. But right behind him is the Aprilia. Now here comes Full Throttle Motorsport on that 750. But up front, Competitive Edge Design, Performance Motorsports, RC 51 Honda. And with the pit stops, they're about a half a lap ahead. They head down this front straightaway. Now let's hear from Dave Decker, see what he's got to say about this endurance.
RC51, great bike. How's that? And we're beating Chicago.
Coming into the pits is Team Thong, this team out of Holland, Michigan. It's Russ Scholden, Todd Vanderack, Darby Browning, and Aaron Plateau. And these guys are all members of the West Michigan Sport Bike Club. And they're riding the 750 Suzuki. They're out of Holland, Michigan. And it looks like they're tightening up. The front brake lever has loosened up. Left-hander down the front straightaway. As I get to the end of the straightaway, I see a yellow flag waving. Must be something around the bend. I'm going to take it easy. One bike down, two bikes down. Oh no, oil down on the track. Let's see, what do they say at the riders meeting? If a red flag comes out, continue to ride all the way around the track and take a restart. This 6 hour with Great Lakes Roadracing Association at Grattan Raceway. And after a brief cleanup period of the oil in turn 1, 2, and 3, the teams line up. We're lining up according to our position. After the first hour, got Decker on the right. Sylvania is running third, is on the left. Behind us is Good Promise, Thong. Sylvania 2, Free Radicals. So we wait for the start, 1 minute board. I should have paid attention for the start of the race. How long does he hold this 1 minute board? I don't know. We got to wait for the board to go sideways. And then when will he throw the flag? Bring the revs up sideways. Green flag, first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear. One downshift. Boy, I got a great start. You come through the oil dry, you can see the line where the oil was. They did a good cleanup. I make it through there. I'm staying on the inside, away from that line. Turn 2, still up front. Boy, this is the first time. Come to the off-camber downhill, turn 3. I'm still up front. This is the first time I remember leading a road race. Christ, I can't even remember. Turn 4, downhill towards the hump. On the gas. Drag that rear brake over the hump, into the S's, right, left, right. I can hear that Honda behind me, that twin cylinder RC 51. So I go into the bowl, get on the gas, head out to the back 40. Get on the gas. Into the hairpin. Ooh, sneaking around the outside. That competitive edge design, performance motorsport, RC51 Honda, twin cylinder. We'll head down the front straightaway. Could be Dan Herney riding or John Troutman. I don't know. As we head down this front straightaway, I'm on the gas, shifting to 6th, hold it on, brake. 3 downshifts. Let's see if I can run with these guys. They're the only team on the same lap as us. We are first and second. We are leading middleweight superbike. There's only 3 classes, heavyweight, middleweight, and lightweight. Now let's hear from Eric Nacke, who is the president of G.L.R.R.A, as he makes remarks about Team Chicago racing this 6 hour endurance.
This bike, this Team Chicago guys came out of nowhere. They're battling for the lead right now. Not sure exactly what to think about that. They're normally a Weir endurance racing team, so we'll probably have to take them in attack and see if we can DQ them for some reason. That's what they expect anyway.
Uh-oh, going down. The boys from Full Throttle Motorsport, Desperate Racing, Dan Wilson, Andy Wilson, and Tim DeNike, 16s in 10th place. 16 is Checkout Racing. It's the Full Throttle Suzuki 750, heads back in the pits. Went off the track, he might have went down, they're gonna have to do some repairs.
Got it? Flip it back on? I never turned it off. We'll take all of it or what? How do we measure 2 gallons?
And as TVR finishes their pit stop and heads out, they're in 8th place. They're running a good solid race on their Suzuki. 16X also making a pit stop. They're running in 10th place. as they head to do battle at Grattan Raceway. Almost 2 hours into the race. I'm behind Greg Foster. He's on Team 51. That's with Bo Spears, John Fenner, and Greg Foster. Greg Foster owns Service Honda in Hammond, Indiana. So I chase him to the Grattan hump. But up front, the Decker boys, Team Chicago, we're second. Free Radicals third. I got to get around Greg Foster from Hammond, Indiana. He's got that Service Honda. I'm allowing his Honda to tie me up. See if I can get him down the straightaway this time. Got to make it up the hill, stay on the gas, flip it over, turn it over to the left. Drive down this front straightaway, pull out, drag race him. I think I could do it. Fourth place on that 650 Suzuki is 3-2 Racing, and they're in for a pit stop. So let's check out their pit stop. Now I got ahead of Team 51. Got to move on these two teams in front of me. Right ahead of me is Free Radicals. Poor boy, full throttle on the Yamaha as we go through the bowl. Let me see if I can make a move here. We head out to the back 40. Into the hairpin with two bikes scrambling. I'm going to have to get a better shot. These guys are taking up the entire racetrack. Head up to the front straightaway. I know the Team Chicago 4 and 6 prepared Yamaha R6 should have enough horsepower to get in their draft. They're getting at the end of this straightaway, do a late brake move, pull out of the draft, 4 downshifts, get by Free Radical. Then we can get by this poor boy, Full Throttle Racing, drive on the inside. And after 3 hours of racing, it's Decker's boys up front, Team Chicago second, Free Radicals third, 3-2 Racing's fourth, Thong is fifth, Sylvania is sixth, Turn 1 is seventh, TBR is 8th, Team 51 is 9th, and Checkout Racing is 10th. Now let's move ahead to the 4th hour of this 6-hour event at Grattan Raceway. Phil Young on the Team Bear, Kawasaki 4 and 6 Micron. He's been riding for 3 hours plus. Bill Cavellis gave him a little break, went out for a few laps, and now he's battling with Team 51 on that RC51 Honda. Steve Karson running a solid second in his 6-hour. And Steve Carson's on the 4 and 6 prepared Yamaha and participating Yamaha dealers, Race Tires Service Dunlop, AirTech, Torco Racing Fuel and Oil, Nolan Helmets, Vespa Brakes, Regina Chain, Rear Dampener, Bangerang Rear Sets, AIM Micron Lap Counter, Alpine Star, and Factory. And as Steve Karson heads down the front straightaway, Sydney Hahn's going to tell us the woes of Good Promise Racing.
It's a lot of fun. It's full of problems, but that's life, you know?
Tell me what happened.
Bike went down. Original bike went down, had to change bikes. After the second time, came in, I don't know. I'm out of loop. I don't have the information. I'll have to interview someone else.
So what are they riding now?
They're riding a 125. Went from a 400 down to a 125. I'm getting better lap times. Go figure.
It's great. I'm Dave. I'm the announcer here at Grattan Raceway. The first time we've had a 6-hour endurance, and look at all these teams. We got 25 teams. Dan, what do you think?
Well, I think this is big fun as we see Team Thong. They are on a 750 Suzuki. They're running in 5th place. This team out of Holland. 17, Free Radicals. We're running in 4th place. Team out of Comstock Park, Michigan. We see Sylvania's Superbike 2. Aneta Aprilia, and he's running in 6th place. Number 16X is running in 10th place. That's Checkout Racing. They're out of Greenville, Michigan. And now it's Team Chicago's time. They head out to do battle. After 4 hours, it's Decker's boys up front. Team Chicago 2nd, 3-2 Racing 3rd, 4th place is Free Radicals, 5th place is Thong. Sylvania is 6th, Turn 1 7th. TVR Racing is 8th, 9th is Checkout, and 10th is Team 51. It looks like Team Thong is in the pits.
What side? Rights, watch the rights because it's really starting to let loose. You can hammer on the lefts. I'm thinking it's a good day to go riding. Fast but safe.
As we're getting close to the top of the 5th hour, about 15 minutes away from the 5th hour. The Decker boys still up front. Team Chicago, we're 2nd. Free Radicals 3rd. 4th is 3-2 Racing. 5th is TVR Racing. 6th is Checkout. 7th is Team 51. 8th is Turn 1. 9th is Team Thong. And 10th is BTGG. Now we're getting to the last hour at Grattan Raceway as the race wraps down. Up front is Dan Horn's RC51, Competitive Edge Performance Motorsports RC51 Honda. The Decker boys are right ahead of Steve Karson, but they have to make one more pit stop. In fact, looks like they're going to be heading into the pits right now. Steve Karson is coming to Team Chicago, 4 and 6 prepared. R6, about a half a lap down on the Decker boys. 16. He's up to 6th place. That's Checkout Racing. Decker boys are in the pits with their final pit stop. Refueling, they're just taking on gas. Switching riders. Dave Decker's going to finish it up as Steve Karson heads up to the front straightaway. Decker boys are leaving the pits. Phil Young going through turn 3 is moving up in class. Looks like he's about in 10th place, riding almost 5 hours. Dave Decker's on the Decker boy RC51, and Team Chicago is back right on him after 5 hours and 40 minutes. They're hooked up again. Well, Steve Karson, can he beat this RC51 1000 twin with the 600 Yamaha R6? This is a barn burner, but really flying out there. Team Good Promise Racing. It's Chip Garkby, and now he's on his Aprilia 250, RS 250. They went through 2 FZR 400s, a 125 Honda. It's Chip Garkby, Mike Waltman, Scott Brown, and Chip is flying, turning 127s, 126s out there. They kept their promise to stay in the race. Battle going on. 6th place, Checkout Racing's in 6th place. 5th place, TVR Racing. 4th place is 3-2 Racing, 1st in the lightweight class. Now coming down the front straightaway, Steve Karson trying to set up the draft pass. Doesn't have enough power. The RC51 1000 twin, just a little bit more power. And Dave Decker, as we see Greg Foster riding the final leg for Team 51. They're in 7th place as he heads down to the hairpin, going by Team Expert Racers on that 400 FZR Yamaha. White flag, Team Chicago. We didn't have enough gas. Steve had to back off, slow down. We had to settle for 2nd place. So it's Team Decker, Decker Boys picking up the win. Team Chicago second, Free Radicals third, 3-2 Racing's fourth, TVR is fifth, Checkout is sixth, Team 51 is seventh, eighth was BTGG, ninth went to Turn 1, and 10th place went to Team Bear.
We want to thank Kevin Lehman at Performance Motorsports and our main sponsor, Jose Cuervo.
And first place. Battery.
First place in the number one superbike class. 4 and 6. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Well,
Where he's at all the time.
back in 19...
Well, Steve Karson and I received the second place overall trophy, or first place in middleweight superbike. Great time, 2000, Grattan Raceway, Great Lakes Roadracing Association. Team Chicago's greatest race at Grattan Raceway, maybe Team Chicago's greatest race. For more information on Great Lakes Roadracing Association, on Facebook, go to G.L.R.R.A. For Grattan Raceway, just Google Grattan Raceway, or on Facebook, go to Grattan Raceway. It was a great day. Music for the show provided by Engine, Mike Preet's Intrigue and Travesty, and all this music recorded at Fireside Studios, Westchester, Illinois. To contact me, and I love to hear from my audience, it's teamdan45@gmail.com. Remember, you can always search on YouTube with Dan Schmitt Motorcycle Racing for great motorcycle racing action, Dan Schmitt Politics to learn what makes America great. And I highly encourage you to visit the World of Motorcycle Museum here in Winamac, Indiana, 4 miles south of North Judson on Indiana Highway 39. But give them a call first at 574-896-3172. It's a great trip and a great collection of motorcycles. And I encourage you to visit Rich's Yamaha in Lockport, Illinois, and pick up your Team Chicago history package. Rich's Yamaha is in Lockport, Illinois. Give them a call first at 815-838-8130. Their website is richesyamaha.com. Pick up your Team Chicago history package at Rich's Yamaha.